Hello, guys, and welcome to my live stream of Magic the Gathering. Once again, it's been a while now since I've done a live stream of Magic the Gathering, so I thought I'd do it. And in today's video, I'm a bit frustrated because this is the blue spell deck that I've made, and it's one of my main decks. It's got yellow Dragon Shield sleeves, and it's one of the decks I'm most proud of, actually, because the commander reads, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 2-2 blue Drake creature token with flight. Yeah, so that's the commander, and that's the whole deck is based on that commander. So, and I'm a bit frustrated and a bit disappointed because I've discovered something in this deck which is a bit frustrating. Before that, I tell you about that. Today's video is all about the Urge, and it's a 1.5 liter bottle of Urge. If I can show it to you, I believe I can. If I close the lid on it again, it looks like that. It's a huge bottle of Urge, which I now usually buy instead of the 1/2 liter ones. I believe you get better value for money with the 1.5 liter bottles than you do with the 1/2 liter bottles now. But there you go. So, just gonna fill my glass up. Spilling Urge all over the place. Good, I have sleeves on my cards here. But there you go. That's the glass of Urge. Okay, that's good. Okay, so you're probably wondering what I find so frustrating and disappointing. And I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna just show you real quick. I'm gonna find one of the cards that I find frustrating in this deck. And this is a prime example, so let's just use that as an example. This deck is all about me casting. Well, firstly, I need to get out my commander, and he costs 4, so that is a bit of mana to get out there. But hopefully, in round 4, I get this commander out there, and then whenever I cast a sorcery or an instant spell, I automatically generate a 2-2 blue token Drake creature with flying. So it's pretty powerful. So that's why I based this deck on mostly sorceries and instances and stuff. The frustrating thing, though, is that I also have cards with Surveil. And for those of you who don't know, Surveil is an effect where you look at the top card of your library and then you put it into your graveyard. You don't have to do that. You can just look at your card, and if you don't want to put it in your graveyard, then you put it back on top of your deck, as it were. The problem, though, is that this deck doesn't really use the graveyard much, since there is no black color in this deck. It's a mono blue deck, so that means it's, only blue. And the commander sort of gives that away since he's blue. So I'm baffled by this. Why do I have Surveil cards in here? It's cheap. It only costs 1. That's probably a reason. I don't know. But I have no use for Surveil cards because when I put cards in the graveyard, they are basically useless. They are basically gone to me. I can't use cards that are put in the graveyard other than cards that have a flashback cost. And yeah, I know some cards here do, but cards in graveyards is mostly for black colors, reviving creatures from the graveyard and stuff and putting them back to play. But that's a black trait, so I don't know why I have that in a mostly blue deck. So That's why we're going to go through the cards one by one now, and we're going to put these cards not in the maybe pile because I'm removing these cards altogether. My last video was 3 zeros. I've upgraded this to 4-0 now because this is a huge change. Hello, Cyrix and Stuart. Cool. You got the Rainbow Master there. Nice. That's awesome. So I'm going to go through this deck with you now, one card by one, and remove the Surveil cards altogether, and we're going to replace them with other cards, which I've found. Yeah. So here we go. Just tell me if you want to see those cards, and I'm going to show them to you, but this is okay. It's a sorcery, so it has nothing to do with Surveil, so we're going to keep that. It's Cipher. You can put a token into the battlefield. That's a copy of target artifact creature, and then you can cipher that ability on a creature you have, and when that creature attacks, it does the same thing. So, pretty cool card. This is a nice land to have. It's it's a normal land. It enters tapped, unfortunately, but I can skip a turn, and then I can remove an Aeon Conjure to have another turn, another when I need it most. So, pretty cool land to have. What else? Cryptic Command. I got to choose two, so it's a sort of a nice tool to have for any given situation. And yeah, so I can draw a card, I can counter a spell, or I can do lots of stuff with this card. Really cool. This is a flying Curiosity Crafter. It's a bird. Whenever a creature token you control deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. And I have lots of tokens in this deck, so why not? But I also have no maximum hand size with this card right here. Land. Influx Reservoir. Yeah, I guess it's cool. Again, a life for each spell I've cast this turn, so nice to have some life gain in owner's hands, and I can cast it for its miracle cost if it's the first card I draw a turn. So that's pretty cool. Sorcery, target player draws 2 cards, and here's this card, for example, has flashback. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Land, counter, that's nice to have. 2 islands. It's a draw card, but I can return 2 islands instead of paying its mana cost, which is also quite cool. Solve the equation, sort of a tutor for blue. I can search my library for an instant or sorcery card and put it into my hand, which is awesome. This is nice to have since this deck has, well, tokens mostly. Into the royal. Target return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If this spell was kicked, draw a card. Okay, so I draw a card. And it's a nice foil effect there. Ray of Command, I get to take control of a creature, give it haste, and when I lose control of the creature, it gets tapped. So it's a quite cool. It's a shock effect where you just surprise your opponent. You take control of his creature and you take him back. Very cool. Land. The first card, which I'm going to remove altogether because it has Surveil. Draw 3 cards. Really cool. Yeah. And it's also got island cycling, so you can discard the card and search your life for an island card. So it's a nice way to gain lands if you have little lands. Another +1/+1 counter effect there. Nice to have, since I have a lot of tokens in here. Another, you have no maximum hand size artifacts. And I get 1 life for each card in my hand. Land there. The only reason I have this not commander, but planeswalker, is that I will not allow my opponents to draw more than 1 card each turn. And that's what this commander is for, really. Mystic Confluence, a variation of another card I revealed previously. So I get to choose 3, and I might choose the same mode more than once. So pretty nice. Land. This is pretty cool since I have lots of lands in here. So if I have lots of lands, then creatures with power less than the number of islands I have can't block this one. So nice way to... Didn't I just... Okay, yeah. Paragon of Gathering Mists. Yeah, so pretty self-explanatory there. This one is interesting, because if I have no cards in my library, when I draw, I win the game. So that's pretty good. This one is also quite cool. It's affinity for tokens, and since I have a lot of tokens in play, I can almost cast this for free, but I guess I need to pay too. Yeah. Sorry about that. I keep bumping into the camera today, so I should probably get some sleep. Land, draw a card. That's cool, and I get to cipher the ability on a creature if I want to do that. So that's cool. And then you may exile this spell card and code in a creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, its controller may cast a copy of the encoded card without paying its mana cost. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay. Whenever you remove a time counter from... And this card has Surveil. It's a cool card, but I have no need for it. I have no need for Surveil at all, so that's why I'm removing it. Land. Counter target spell, and it has a buyback, so I can get it back in my hand, but I have to discard 2 cards. I guess that's okay. Counter, land. Draw 3 cards. You've probably seen this. It's all over the place on Commander now. Draw 3 cards and put 2 cards in your hand and top of the library in order. Really cool. Capsize. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. And I can buy it back and put it into my hand for an extra cost, of course. Land. Surveil. Bye-bye. Land. This creature is pretty cool. Stormtide Leviathan. It's got Island Walk. All lands are islands in addition to their other types, and creatures without flying or Island Walk can't attack. So that's nice. Propaganda. My opponents need to pay 2 for each creature that attacks me. Pretty cool. Evolving Wilds. I search my library for a basic land card and put it into the battlefield tapped. Then I shuffle my library. Land. I guess I need to shuffle my library here, I think. And then I have this. No's disc, Nenvirial's disc enters the battlefield. Tap, destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. Okay. I don't really need. I don't know if I need this, to be honest. I can put it in my maybe pile, I guess, and see if I will keep it. But it seems a bit. It's like a reset of the board, I guess. But I don't know if I need to be that drastic with it. This is a cool card. I don't know what that symbol means, man. I have no idea. It's a counter, so when an opponent plays a spell, I can look at the top card of my deck, and if the spell costs, for example, let's say that I draw this card. If the opponent's spell costs 3, it's automatically countered if I have this in play. So it's cool. It's sort of a extra defensive measure, I guess. Land, another artifact, and this one says you have no maximum hand size. I'm drawing a lot of cards with this deck, so I guess that's why I have to have it. At the beginning of your upkeep, this is an enchantment. I don't know. I'm putting this in my maybe pile now. I don't know if I need this, to be honest. Because firstly, it's an enchantment. I guess it's a fun card. I can just keep it, I guess. It lets me draw cards, so I guess that's okay. Return all creature to their owner's hands. That's fine. You may look at an additional 2 cards each time you surveil. That's gone. I'm not going to have surveil in my deck anymore. Then I have this. I'm not sure why I have this in my deck, to be honest. Give one of my creatures death touch and lifelink. Okay. I'm putting this in my maybe pal. I don't know if I need it. This one is pretty cool though. Return all permanents of the color of your choice to their owner's hands. So pretty cool. Not lands though, but if I choose, for example, green, then all green creatures and everything that's permanent on the board that's green goes to the hand. So it's pretty cool. Just gonna pour me some more soda. I was thirsty, so I've already drunk in a glass here. So yeah. Oh well. Myriad Landscape, nice to have. It's a nice way to get 2 basic land cards and share a land type, put them into the battlefield tap, then shuffle. Yeah, so nice way to gain lands quickly. This is quite cool. It lets me control a creature from the number of lands I have, so pretty awesome. This is one of the staples of this deck, since this deck is almost about drawing cards very fast. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may draw 2 cards. Yeah. I don't know if I have a creature, though, that is the strength of how many cards I have in my hand. That would be cool. I don't know if I have one of those, but it'd be cool to have one of those. Okay. Exile target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard and target instant sorcery from an opponent graveyard. Copy those cards, cast the copy, so if able, without paying their mana costs. Yeah, that's cool. Tragic Lesson. I need to check that out. I think I already... Okay. Oh. I thought I had one of those before and my maybe add this to the deck, but I don't. So that's good. Okay, land. Oh, here we go. That's the one I'm looking for, yeah. Aeon Chronicler. This is probably the most powerful creature I have in this deck, yeah. Aeon Chronicler, power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your hand. Suspend, that's cool, okay. Whenever time counter is removed from Aeon counter while it's exiled, draw a card, okay. So this one is awesome because I'm gonna have a lot of cards in my hand, so that's why this is gonna be really cool. Instead of this, I should probably have something that gives the creature Shroud. I think that would be more useful, but oh well. Mystic Sanctuary, quite good. It lets me search my library, my graveyard for instant or sorcery card. So, and put it on top of my graveyard. Yeah. Hey, Penguin Artwork. What's up? I believe my viewers are Norwegian for some reason. I try to keep this in English, but dere må nå bare si ifra hvis jeg skal prate norsk, da. Så skal jeg nå prate norsk. Bone Trash. Counter target creature spell. Draw a card. Nice. We got 1/3 of the deck left here to go through. The Hide Magic the Gathering. This is Magic the Gathering. Jeg vet ikke hvor mange av seriene mine som er engelsk, og hvor mange som er norsk, så sorry. You may have body double enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard. Okay. In a graveyard. I'm gonna keep this in my or maybe let's just put it in here and see what happens. The controller of target instant or source spell copies it. Okay. That player may choose new targets for the copy. Okay. Well, that's cool. Dream Eater. Really cool creature. Too bad it has a surveil effect. So yeah, it goes, I guess. Land. One of the reasons I kept surveil was this guy right here, but I never get to play him, so whenever you surveil, I think I've played it once. Ja. Takk for det, Penguin Artwork. Tusen takk. God jul og godt nyttår. Ja. So when I surveil, I pay 2, and then I get to copy this card right here. Gain control of X target creatures and or planeswalkers, which is pretty cool. So I get to control my opponent's stuff. Yeah. This wall, though, the only reason I have this is that I get to search my graveyard for an instant or sorcery card. Yeah. But it is a wall, so I can use it as that as well. Surveil. It's gone, man. Land, which gives me no maximum hand size. One of the best cards in the game is Cyclonic Rift. It basically just removes all my opponent's creatures and lets me attack with my creatures instead. I have to pay the overload cost though. So that's 7. A pretty cool card. Too bad it has Surveil on it. Yeah. Yeah, redirects. I may choose new targets for a spell. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Non-basic lands don't untap during their controller's untap steps. Yeah. And I mostly have basic lands in here, but I have a couple that's not basic lands. This, for example, is not a basic land. Yeah. But I still have the ability, though, which gives me no maximum hand size. I know a couple of my friends will be quite diminished if this arrives. So that's why I have it. This is a pretty cool card. It's got 2 sides. Yeah. And the other side is not visible, so that's cool. But I search my library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in my hand, then shuffle my library at the beginning of my end step. If I control 7 or more lands, transform it. So if I transform it, I basically just take it out of the sleeve like this, turn it around, and put it back in the sleeve. And then it says Spires of Oraska. And it says one generic mountain mana pool, but untap target attacking creature and opponent controls, and remove it from combat. So that basically just means that the creature isn't attacking anymore. So it's not doing damage. Yeah. Land. Another land, but it has Surveil, so it goes as well, I guess. I guess I need to replace it with a normal land. Surveil, it's going as well. This one is pretty cool. If Leyline of Anticipation is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. You may cast spells as though they had flash. So that means that sorceries at instant speed, I guess. Yeah, I hope so. I think so. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Chasm Skulker. When Chasm Skulker dies, put a X1X sweet creature token with Island Walk into the battlefield, where X is the number of. Jesus Christ, this is good. This is really good. Yeah, it fits the bill nicely. Land. Tap target null and permanence. That's good. So. Delve. Yeah. Treasure Cruise. Pretty cool. And the land. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically it. That's my whole deck. And the reason I'm calling this 3-0 to 4-0 is that I made a lot of changes now. Here. I probably have never made such an extreme change on any of my live streams to any of my decks. but this time I needed to make an exception. Surveil, man. I have no need for Surveil because this is a blue deck and I have no way of doing anything to cards that are put in the graveyard. And that's basically what I'm doing with Surveil. I either put it on top of my library or I put it in my graveyard. But what's the use of it in my graveyard? Scry is different. A scry is, let's see, it says scry 2. So I look at the top 2 cards of my library and I can either put it on the bottom or on the top of my library. So I'm going to replace these now, but this is for my reference only in case I want to change my mind and go back to 3-0. Curate, Night Veil Spyrite, Dokesh's Dig Site. Yeah, I know. I've tried, but they don't want to, so I'm still trying to talk them into it, though. First Dispersal, Copy Catchers, Dream Eater, Enhanced Surveillance, Otherworldly Gaze, Watcher of Hours, and Mission Briefing. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cards. 1/10 of the deck is gone. So instead I have these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so I'm gonna put a propaganda type card on enchantments. I have a few enchantments in here, so I don't think that's a good idea. Counter target spell and scry 2. This is good because I'm not putting cards in my graveyard. I'm putting them either on the top or on the bottom. So this is one to keep, I believe. That's one. This is also good. That's 2. And sorry, yeah. With this, I scry 4, and then I draw 2 cards afterwards. So I scry first. I either put 4 cards on the top or the bottom in a order I select, and then I draw 2 cards. So that's nice. This is also quite cool because I get to put one of my in my graveyard on top of my library, so that's pretty cool. During in the upkeep of enchanted creature's controller, that player pays to or sacrifices that creature. I don't know, man. It's nice to have some pacify. So now I have 4. This is also quite cool. Because I may have no cards in my hand, or maybe 2, but my opponents have lots of cards, so... Yeah. yeah. I don't know about this one. Hello, Sam. What's going on? You're doing good? You're doing okay? Uh, it's a fun card. I might as well keep it. This is quite cool. I have next to no artifacts in here, so yeah. But it is an enchantment, though. And that kind of sucks. Jo, ja, det är bra Sam. Jag ska för den streamen här så ska jag gå och lägga mig. Så har tidlig i morgen. Så, men jeg har lyst til å gjøre meg ferdig med de greiene her. Men etter det så skal jeg gå og legge meg. Ja. Så du får ha en god natt, og så spiller vi på torsdag. Det blir bra. Ha det bra, Penguin. Takk for at du så på. Natta, Sam. Så godt. Ja, I can artifacts. I don't have any artifacts in here, so I might as well use it. Okay, how many cards I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a couple more then. This is pretty cool because this, well, it's basically what I'm producing with my commander, so this needs to be there. Here I can draw a card indefinitely if I want to do that. Maybe this one. I don't have to do this. This one's quite cool though. Does something different. Yeah. Okay. So these cards, which are all surveil effects, have now been removed. And instead I have these. One counter target spell, one pacifier, which is okay. One draw, which is nice. It also has scry there. One thing which makes me use the spell again. Nice to have windfall. Nice tile influence. So I attack when my creatures have +2/+0. Some more drakes in play. Draw a card indefinitely. And artifacts. yeah, I think that's it. Okay, thank you very much for watching my stream. It's been a while since I've done one of these streams, but I thought it was about time I did one now, since it's been a while since I've done a stream of any kind with Magic the Gathering. Please consider becoming a member. It lets me produce more of these videos and do this more for you guys. Make Magic the Gathering decks and have fun with it. Changing the decks, listening to your comments and stuff. Thank you to Sam Wall and Big Boss for being members. It really helps the channel. Other than that, Happy New Year. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye bye.